want to make this video. I've been pushing this video off for like the longest time. I don't want to make the video because I just want to make the video, but I still need your help though. I never thought I'd be saying this, but I need your help. Hit that subscribe button. You don't have to no notification needed. Just hit the subscribe button. Turn off the notifications. You don't need to notify anything. Just turn off this. Just hit the subscribe button. No notification needed. Subscribe button just to help me out. I need some help. Nobody know you need help if you don't say you need help, and I need some help with my channel. So please help me out. Helping you out. Help me out. If you guys can hit that subscribe button, please. Thank you. So this is a good one. This is to help people to choose between Acrorip and Cadlink. I have both. So for those who are wondering if they picked the right one, or what if Cadlink's better or Acrorip's better. So here we go. All right. Here we go. Okay, so I'm on the computer now, and let's talk about these two programs, Cadlink and Acrorip. I left these two programs the way I left them the last time I used them. I'm just gonna go through. I'm not gonna like talk to them specifically the way they are. I'm just gonna kind of talk to the way I use them. So I'm just gonna use them and then talk to you how I use them, and then kind of tell you the difference between them. I'm not gonna go through specific and go blah 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 blah. All right, don't expect me to do that. I'm not gonna do that. All right, so I'm just gonna use it and then tell you, kind of point out the differences. All right, that's how I'm gonna do it. So some of the differences between the two. Now here we go. One of the differences I know is this one. For instance, when it comes to pictures, important images is easier on Cadlink, in my opinion. And you have a lot more ways to do it on Cadlink than you do on Acrorip, okay? A lot more ways. So here we go. I think I brought it too much. Bring this back in focus. Yes, no, that's back in focus. All right, so here we go. Perfect. There we go. All right, I need to make sure you can see what's going on here. All right, so on Cadlink, as you can see, I just drag and drop my image in here, and it just loaded up, right? First thing, Cadlink, all you have to do is use a scroll wheel, and you can zoom. Wherever your scroll wheel is, you zoom right into wherever your mouse is. Wherever your mouse pointing, that's where it scrolls to. And you just use your scroll wheel, and you scroll right into it, right? That's it. And as you can see, I just drag my image in and then drop it, and it goes in. Acrorip, same thing. You just drag it, drop it, image pops in, right? But if you notice, when I drag my image in to Cadlink, it fitted to canvas, right? Well, Acrorip, it just brings this massive image in, and then you have to physically fit it to the canvas. Kind of a pain in the butt, right? There might be an easier way to do it. I don't know how. I mess with this image thing and prints out a margin. I don't know. I've never seen one. I don't know how to do it. There may be a way. I don't know how. Some might know a way. I don't know how. Every time I don't see there's a way to do it. See grid guidelines. I don't know. Every time I bring an image in, I have to manually set it in there. Okay. So there it is. Unless the image is smaller. All right, and you have to physically fit it in. All right. I make all my images larger. Just go in and shrink them. They print nicer. I don't know if anybody ever told you that. You make it when your images are bigger. When you design your own images, when you print them, they print better. Smaller images look pixelated when you print them. When they're bigger, they come out better when you print them. All right, especially when you design your own images. So I design my own. When you print them, they look nicer when you print them. So I design my own, and they come out nicer when you make them bigger. There you go. So they're bigger, they come out nicer. All right. So as you notice, now let's get back onto this thing. So now if I scroll with my mouse on Acrorip, I'm using my mouse, I'm scrolling, nothing. It don't scroll. You can move the image around, and you see it kind of just flies off the page here. On Cadlink, it don't come off the page at all. See, it just stays where it's supposed to stay. Now on Acrorip, it just flies right off the page. Cadlink, it just stays exactly where it's supposed to stay. It just stays where it's supposed to. I mean, it's restricted to the page. You don't need to go anywhere else. Acrorip, it just kind of just flies right off the page. I don't know why it does that. Hey, they do them. All right. You can zoom in, see if there's any images with anything wrong with your image. Now, if you want to get, like, if you bring your image in here and it's kind of look kind of blurry or whatever, you can always go to Tools, you go to Options, and if you go to Preview Options, you can actually preview your image in very high here. So when you preview your images, it looks pretty high quality. All right. That's how I look at my images. That's how I look at my stuff. And then they show you, and if you look at your printout, this actually shows you where your white's going to print out. It almost shows you exactly where your white's going to print out. And it shows you where it's going to print the white already. Right here. So you don't have to go far to see it. So Cadlink is actually really good at what it's going to do before you even print it. That's what I'm saying. So Cadlink is actually really good at that. Now, whereas Acrorip, you don't see nothing until you print it. And again, you can't even zoom in, so it really doesn't really don't matter regardless. Now, you can fix a lot of this stuff. Ooh, excuse me. You can fix a lot of this stuff from just going through these menus here on Cadlink. You can duplicate, you can crop, you can print, you can rip it only. So if you just want to save it without, you can do a rip. And anybody who have Cadlink can tell you can rip it, and then you can look at the raw data before you even print it. Right? You can rip it, and then you can go look at the raw data, which is right there. And then if you turn off all of this, it shows you where it's going to print everything. It shows you where it's printing all the white. So if you just want to see what is going to print, you can just see what's going to print. Pretty neat, right? Select all, deselect all. Cadlink's really good at this stuff. And then you can see where it's going to print all the colors. You can see everything. So it's pretty cool. All right, so let me get out of here. All right, so, and that's just from just this main menu. Then you can do, now if you go back to open up the page, you can duplicate, you can crop, you can, all the stuff I was talking about. Now, if you need to crop this image, I don't use this crop down here, right? This crop here, I don't use it. Because I've always had problems when I use this crop. You can actually crop the image here. I've never used it. It always causes problems. But in Cadlink, you can never crop anything. You can't make a duplicate, you can't copy it, you can't anything. All right? There's nothing, you can't do anything in here. This is it. You can't put a duplicate in here, you can't anything. If you want to add an image to this thing, you have to left click on this or right click, and you have to add an image. This is the only way you can add another image, right? This is the only way to add another image to this actual image thing. And you see it brings it in again, huge. That's the only way to add another image to this. The one good thing about this though, about Acrorip or Cadlink, is that you can put another image on top of another image. I mean, I don't know why you'd want to, but you can. You can print them just like this, right? This is where I think the good thing about the one thing I can say about Cadlink versus Acrorip, you can actually put the image on top of the image like that. You do have a package you can actually pay for in Cadlink that will allow you to do this. There is a package you can pay for. I didn't pay for it, but you can actually pay for a package that allow you to do this in Cadlink. I didn't pay for it, but you can actually there's a package you can pay for that allow you to do that. Where you can actually, but the thing is in Cadlink, you can just grab this, bring it in here just like that. If you go to this image, you make it small enough, you nest it, and then you can actually do the same thing. Downside is you can't put it on top of the other image like that. That's the one thing you can't do. You can't put it on top of the other image. So there's one thing you can't do with Cadlink is put the image on top of the other image. But there's a package that you can actually pay for that will allow you to do that. Put the image on top of the other image. I didn't pay for that package. But if you really want to, you can actually pay for that package. And I don't remember how much it is. They told me how much it was. Like, I don't remember. It's like like 50, 80 bucks or like $100 or whatever the hell it is. I don't need it. I had no need for it, so I didn't buy it. But if somebody wants to, they can buy it. You can actually do something like this in Cadlink. If you really want to, you actually can do something like this. You just have to pay for it. All right. So don't think you can't do that. You can actually do this in Cadlink. I just don't. I didn't pay for it. All right. Now let's get off of that. Now, but you see how I just grab this image and bring it in? Well, if I try to do something like that in Acrorip, if I try to do that, what it will do is we'll actually open up another page. And you can't merge these two pages together. You can't bring this page into that page. You can never bring these two pages together. So you can't bring this page back to this page at all. You have to physically, to add another page to this page already, you have to hit this and add the image from here. Okay, so you can't just drag and drop an image over. You have to literally hit the open up image thing. That's the only way to add. The only way to add an image is to hit the add image feature. Okay, it's the only way to do that. Only way in Acrorip. Unlike Cadlink, where you just drag and drop, and then you just do the nesting. We just drag it, drop it, and then you hit nesting, and you nest the two images and bring them together, which makes it a lot easier in a lot of cases. which, oh my goodness, makes it so much easier for me. Now, for those people who want to do other, say, oh my goodness, modifications to your images, well, there's no modification to your image. That's it. What you see in Acrorip, that's it. That's all the modification you get to your images. That's all you get. Whatever you see here on Acrorip right now, that's all the modifications you can ever do to your image. Apart from maybe adjusting the colors, making it brighter or darker, and you have to manually put your brightness in, and manually put your contrast in, 50%, and it's not even real time. There it is. Good, you can see it real time. Can I see it real time? Nope. Can I see that one real time? I can't even see my. Oh, there it is. There. See, some of them you can see, some of them you can't see. There it is. You can adjust your colors. You can adjust the Did you change it? What else did you change? This adjusts your color curve. And like I said, some things you can see, sometimes you can't. It depends. There we go. 100. There we go. It's not as easy to use as Cadlink. Some things are a lot easier to see, some things aren't. So I like it in some cases it's not. Sometimes you'll see it will look good here, but when you print it, it doesn't look nice. It's weird. It's not very accurate to color. So you have to use it in caution, I guess. So you want to be very careful how you use this. But you can manipulate your colors, that's what this is. And then you can come down here, you can do you can manipulate each color individually. So you can select each one and manipulate each color output manually. And this whole page, you can also do this in Cadlink. So don't think that because this is here you can't do this. You can also do this in Cadlink. It's just not as easy to get to, but you can also do this in Cadlink. Let me show you where this is. If you go to Cadlink, come here, you go to color layer. If you come down to color curve adjustment right there, that's where that's this right here. This is that. That's what this is. And here's the magenta, cyan, and black. This whole section is right here. You can also mess with that same stuff right here in Cadlink. Alright? So, don't think this is anything special. It's not. Alright, so. Now, this is a one thing that you can do in Acrorip that makes somewhat. It's a little nicer to mess with because you can actually see this in real time. This is one thing I like about Cadlink, Acrorip that I give over Cadlink, over Cadlink. Yes, I like this over Acrorip over Cadlink, and here why I like this over Acrorip over Cadlink, because I can see this stuff in real time. If I hit preview, you can actually change the color of the garment you want to put it on. right? That's an orange shirt. Now you can change, if you change the white, click on your white, you can actually change, see? You see how the actual start position of the white ink curve, see that? So the white ink is actually changing. And you actually see this in white, in the black ink removal. It's actually seeing this in real time. This is actually really freaking cool. Full underlay, you can actually you actually see what you're doing in real time. This is actually really cool, and this is what I like about this. So this is actually pretty cool. And then if you change the colors, and that's just pretty much, and it's just the white. It's you really only see it on the whites if you want to see, just if you want to see what you're doing with the white colors. And it's just if you do white colors, if you do colors, you really don't see much. And it's just really just the whites. If you do a preview color, if you want to see what color you're gonna put the stuff on, you know what you're gonna put the color on, then you kind of see what it's gonna look like on the color you're gonna put it on. So if you have a pink shirt, you can see if it's gonna, well, this is a purple shirt, a pink shirt. You want to see if your colors blend in more with the pink. Like I have red writing up there, right? And I want to know if my colors are gonna blend in with a red. So I select a red shirt, right? And I hit OK. Well, yeah, it's gonna blend in a little bit. Do I want to put it on a red shirt? Well, no. So I want to change. See, no, I don't want to put on a red shirt. You know what I'm saying? Do I want to put more on a black shirt? Well, yeah. Well, I have nothing black on there, so it's going to work better. Do you know what I'm saying? So this will work a lot better. Can I do this in Cadlink? Yes. It's not as simple. I haven't found a way. I know there's a way. I just don't know how yet, and I'm trying to find it. I know there's a way. I just don't. I haven't learned it yet, and I know there's a way. I know I can do it here. I can change my colors here for the substrate, but I don't know how to change it in real time. That's my problem with Cadlink. Once I have the color, the thing is, all right, so if I have it here, right? Actually, I should be able to do it like so. If I come here, see, that don't change. See this, and that's the thing. Once you have it up, you can't change it, and that's the problem I have with Cadlink. Once it's up, you can't really change much about it. See, it's not as nice to change or easy to change the colors, which is weird. I'm not sure why they don't make it as easy to change the colors in the background. I think the newer one you can. The newer the newer UI you can change the colors in the background easier, but this older UI not so much. I don't like the newer UI as much as this older one. This older one is more stable than the newer UI. That's why I don't use the new UI. Most people kind of like the new. I've seen more people using the newer UI, but I don't like it because it's not very stable. You'll be clicking on stuff and it don't work right. I think it needs more work until they update it more. I'm gonna stick with this older UI. This one's way more stable. For instance, you click on this lock button and it stays on lock, and you'll click on stuff and it works. For the old UI, you click on it, and when you click on stuff, it will just, the lock button down here, it will just lock again. So you see, I click the lock button and I click up, and it will stay on lock, right? See, I just stay on lock. On the new UI, you click it, you move two inches, and then it will unlock itself. But you see how it keeps locking? It just keep locking itself. Every 2 seconds it will just lock itself. I don't know. It's just something with Cadlink, and it's kind of annoying. And the newer UI is even worse than this old one. It just does weird things. I don't like it. I really don't. So I tend to stick with this older one. It just works better. You'll tell it to even these things up top here don't work right. Print out layer, print out, these buttons up top don't work right either. It is, I don't know. This older UI just seems to me a lot more stable than the new one. So let's get back to the task at hand here. So this is the one part I do like about, like I said, this Acrorip that I like is the fact that you can actually preview what color you're gonna put it on before you even print it, which is really nice. The one thing I do like about it. Beyond that, this is just not worth it. Oh, and the other thing I do like about Cadlink, Acrorip over Cadlink, is how it prints. Yes, I know it's weird. But, and this is the one thing I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out why. But for some reason, Acrorip, I don't quite understand it. But Acrorip prints faster. You know what? I don't want to say this wrong because people are gonna take it the wrong way. I don't like how Acrorip. I like, but I don't like it at the same time. I don't like the way Acrorip prints, but I like the way Acrorip prints. It prints. The part I like about what it prints is I like the alignment part of it. That is the only part of it that I like. I like the fact that it aligns. When it prints, the alignment is properly. The alignment is correct. That's the part that I like. It has nothing to do with anything else. The alignment when it comes to printing with Acrorip is the alignment is always good. The white with the colors is always aligned properly, and that's about it. The print quality is total garbage. Okay? Acrorip prints fast, but I don't like how it prints. I love the alignment, but I don't like the way it prints. For most people, I think they'll like it because they don't care. It just prints it. It looks fine. In most cases, most people won't care. If you put it like this, if you're not a pixel peeper, if it looks fine, you like it. But because I am, you call me, I guess I'm a pixel peeper. If that's what you want to call me, I want stuff to look the way it's supposed to look. I want the full capability of something. If I know something can do 100%, I want it to give me 100%. I don't want 50% of 100. I want 100%. If I know you can do something, I want you to be able to do that thing. I don't want you half-ass it. If you get what I'm saying. Because I'm not going to do something halfway. I'm going to do it. I'm going to give it my all. I'm not going to give it half-ass it. So when I'm doing something for somebody, I want it done properly, if that makes sense. And Acrorip to me it seems like it's everything about it is just half-assed. It's not complete. Everything is just good enough. And it's fine for basic stuff, and it's extremely basic. to get the job done. But you shouldn't be asking me for Cadlink price if I'm getting the point across. They're asking me for top tier price, but giving me bottom dollar product. If I'm saying that correctly. Because everything about Acrorip is basic, just pure adulterated, just basic. Everything about it is just basic, just pure basic. But they're asking you for top tier price, top tier everything. Because nothing about this screams top tier. Nothing. You get basic printouts, you get basic usage, you get basic everything, but nothing about it is top tier. The print quality is basic. I mean I can't say it enough. It's just basic. You don't get nothing for what they're asking you for it. Even the basic version of this program, even the program itself is split in two. You don't get the full program even though you spend how much $100 for it. It's split in two. But yet still I'm getting Cadlink, which covers twice as much, oh my goodness, like 4 times as much program for the same exact price. I mean, it's a no-brainer. So no, I can't. I mean, I guess if your printer don't cover Acrorip, if your printer don't include if Cadlink don't support your printer, then you're kind of stuck with Acrorip. I get that. But if you have a choice, I would not recommend Acrorip. And I can't in good conscience say, hey, buy Acrorip. No, I can't. I'm not going to tell you to buy it. Because I would be doing you no favors. I can't tell somebody to buy this program. Sorry. I asked them some help the other day, and you know what they told me? Look on YouTube. I paid them for like almost $500, and they told me to go on YouTube for help. So you're not even getting help for a basic program. Yeah, it is really bad. It's that bad. But let me digress. Back to Acrorip. Back to Cadlink. Now, if Cadlink can... No, but I'm not going to say Cadlink is great either. Because they're not. Far from it. Cadlink is really bad at printing. Really bad. Their printing is very slow. Oh my goodness, they're god slow. And their alignment is horrible, atrocious. You cannot get the alignment correct for shit. And I don't know what is going on with them. 1 minute it's fine, and then the next minute it's god awful. I don't know what's going on. I used up all my support, because when you buy a program from them, you get support, and I used up all of it trying to get the alignment done, and they still couldn't get the alignment correct. So just know their alignment is crap. It's something with the software. It has nothing to do with your printer. It's just Cadlink software. All right, your printer, you can do your alignment to your heart blow out your face. It's just Cadlink software. It's just something with their print drivers. Because at one point they did do something with Cadlink, and the alignment came back into place for some reason, and then they did another update to the software, and then the alignment went off again. I don't know. It's something with Cadlink. I don't know what's going on with it. So it's just something with the software, and it's just horrible. The alignment is just bad. I don't know. It's a software. Don't it's just a software. It's just bad. They're I don't know, but it is what it is. So they all have their issues. They really all have their issues. And if you notice, and then if you and like again, if you pay attention, when Cadlinks when you if you when you get the Cadlink software, if you pay attention, their white choke is 4. That comes standard set up like that. There's a reason why it's 4, because they can't get their whites aligned properly. It's just the software. It's that bad. It really is that bad off. They can't get the software to line up properly, and it's just their software that they can't get the alignments to do right. All right, so they all have their issues. Now let's get back to this thing. All right, so beyond the this wonderful these settings where you have the white channels, your 2 check marks. There's really nothing else in this program you can or cannot do. I mean, there's nothing. Oh, the way I like to set up this program to use it, when I have to use it, is I grab this here. If you didn't know, you can actually move these things apart. So you take this. You see that if you look on my screen, see that if you look, you see how this is it blinking? See how it blinks? See it? Boom. You just drop these pieces in here. Let me see if we can get it right. You have to barely, if you take just, it barely moves. It's so slight. It's so hard to get them in the right places. Give me a second. It takes. There it is. See it? You just drop it in place. Yeah, I know. It's weird. It's so hard to get them in place and get it. And you need to put this one, and you put this one here. You put that one there. I know, most people don't even know you can do this. And this is how I like to use this software. But it takes a while, and then once you get it in place, you can use it like this. And you can see all your screens. And that's how I like to use Acrorip. When I actually use it, of course. You can see all 4 screens. So you don't have to be jumping around and looking for stuff and clicking through all them 4 screens. But like I say, it's a very basic software, very, very basic. If you don't do any of your editing or any of your modifications inside the software, it's fine. And if you don't care about print quality, you just care about printing speed, you can get by with. And then again, if your customers don't care what your prints look like, you probably won't care either. You can really probably get away with a lot of this stuff. If you have a really good printer, I think you should be able to get away with just using Acrorip. A real good printer, you shouldn't really know much of a difference anyways. With the right printer, the right pixel density, the right print heads, you should be just fine with Acrorip. Again, if you're not doing anything special apart from just you have your image, you already did everything you need to do with your image, you just want to print them, then Acrorip is just fine. If that's all you're going to do is just print your images, if all you're doing is just printing images, Acrorip is just fine. Again, that's my personal opinion. If all you're doing is printing images, Acrorip is just fine. If you're going to do anything beyond just printing images, I cannot in good conscience recommend Acrorip. Alright? And as soon as I'm done with this video, this thing coming out of my computer. I'm uninstalling this Acrorip program because I don't use it. I have no use for it. I bought it to use on my XP 15,000, and I don't know. I regret it ever since I bought it. I've been sad since. Been disappointed because I haven't been able to use it. I tried it on my 8550, and I haven't been able to get it to print properly. I've done so much to get it working right, and it takes forever to get the colors right. It's too much. And then if you have going from one image to another, if you want to do something different to the image, you have to sit there and play with it just to get the image right. So it's best you have to do stuff. You have to play with the image before you bring it in here. You can't do it after you bring the image in. So it's just too. So as far as I'm concerned, it's just not worth it. So, but if all you're gonna do is just bring an image in and print it, then yes, this program is definitely fine for whoever. If you own it already, then yeah. If you don't, I wouldn't recommend buying it. All right, but that's just my personal opinion. Again, don't let me influence you one way or the other. I'm just saying I wouldn't recommend it. All right, but you do you. Now, if that's what you wanted, if that's what you wanted, if that's what were interested in to know the difference between the two, that's pretty much the difference. I mean, this has some basic features. You come in here, you load image up, and you print it. That's it. I mean, I can't get no more basic than that. Now, it prints faster. That's it. I mean, I can sit here all day and tell you some nonsense, but that's about it. It just prints faster. It has basic features and it prints faster. This, I can go to town. Now, let me tell you. I can drag and drop pictures, right? Now watch. With this one, this has a browser. You can actually search through your pictures. You can search through your computer from here. You don't have to go into your computer to look for anything. You can actually search through right here, down here through your browser. And this is also on the new UI. See, if you go to view, you can actually go into view and hit next gen, and you can actually go from here to the new UI, the new UI right here. It's the UI mode. All right, and you can go to the new. I like this older one. Like I said, I like this older one. And then you can actually search all your pictures and stuff for all the new stuff. All right, and this is what I like to use. Oh man, where's it at? This one. All right, so and this is my whole, and just bring them up. I mean, it is so much easier. You can just do stuff right from inside the application. You don't have to jump around. You don't have to go nowhere. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to wondering if or why. This you have to click here. You got to do this. You got to load image, add image, open image. You got to go to this one. You got to run around here. You got to run around there. You got to look for that. Nope, it's all right here. You don't have to go nowhere. Just that's it. Bring it up. Double click. That's it. That's what I'm saying. Bring it up. That's it. It's all there. Nothing new. It's all here. Everything you need. And then all your jobs you have saved to finish. This one keeps all your jobs you've done down here. So, you know, they all have their little things. This one will save your jobs. This one is not as this Acrorip is not as, how can I say it is not as resource intensive as Cadlink. So that makes, if that's going to be a problem, then that's also a thing. Cadlink is not Acrorip is not as resources intensive as Cadlink. So that might also be a thing too, if you care. If you want something that's not as resources intensive, then Cadlink is definitely not your choice. Acrorip is not that resource intensive. All right, so that's also something if you want to think about that. All right, and there's something else you might want to think about. I can't think of it right now. I'm getting tired. Oh, print checks, nozzle checks. You cannot run a nozzle check from this printer, from Acrorip. If you do a nozzle check from Acrorip, it will not do anything. It will just run a just print check. It won't do anything. It really won't do anything. It just, I don't know. See, it won't do anything. It really won't do anything. But you can do a nozzle check, everything from this printer. It do everything from this printer. It's awesome. Yeah, so that's also another thing I don't like about Acrorip. Nothing works right with it. It's just a little much. Head cleans don't work. Nozzle checks don't work. When you do a print, you have to come in here and set up all this stuff. Every time you print, you got to come in here and set this up. Whereas, oh my goodness, Digital Factory, Cadlink, you set it up one time and that's it. Every time you hit print, it just goes through and get the job done. One time and you're done. This, you have to do it every single time. You have to come in here, set this stupid thing up every time. I don't know. It gets old after a few prints. I mean, everybody, I don't know. Everybody have their own thing, I guess. It's coming here, drying time, print head pass. I don't know. I get tired of that foolishness. I just want to set it up one time and call it a day. You know what I'm saying? Everybody have their own thing. I don't know if I covered everything. I mean, it's going to be a long video, but I guess it's going to be a long video regardless because it really is a lot to cover these two programs, which is there's so much to cover both of them at the same time. You see, you can also you can do full area where it covers everything in white. As you can see, just fill the whole thing in white. Right, and this white under everything area. Same thing with Acrorip. Come under the layer areas, but as you can see under here, this is it. You don't get anything, nothing. This is all you get. Whereas Acrorip, whereas Cadlink, you can do hot folders. You can enable queue. You can hit up a template. You can enable media type of sheets, different type of sheets. You can configure layouts. You can tell it what you want the jobs to do. You can do manuals. You can set up schedules. What you want the printer to do. How you want it to hold the jobs. Printer status. You can tell it to do head cleans. You can set up maintenance reminders. Reserve the jobs. You know, these jobs down here. See the jobs it keeps down here? Even down here. You know, you can't tell it these jobs don't get deleted. Well, down in Cadlink, you can tell it when or how often you want to delete those jobs down there. You can tell it to print labels if you ever have labels you want to print. Create labels after you create jobs. You can tell it to create and print labels. Production markups. I don't know how to use this yet because I don't have a need for it. You create production markups, black borders, weed borders, all this crazy stuff. Create a color for the markups. Garment setups. This is another thing. I don't know how to use this, but there it is. That's how you do the garment markup setups. This is a thing I need to figure out how to use. The layers. This is how you change part of the layers and all the crazy stuff. like I said, I haven't learned how to use a lot of this stuff yet. Your color options, your printer options, your print qualities, this is how you change that. This is that. This is this thing right here, right? Your separation curves. This is how you the white ink and how it works. This is the max inks. This is how much ink pumps out your nozzles, your ICC profiles. This is this thing right here. This thing down here. It's all here in Cadlink. Your hot jobs, hot halftones. You know the halftone thing where people talk about. You can actually turn on halftoning. You can do that here. Variable dot setups. This is all the stuff you can do. Try dots, ink removal. You can actually do ink removals on stuff. Costing. This is how you set up costing for jobs. If you have jobs you want to create costing for, you want to do jobs and you want to put pricing in for each jobs. This is how you do that. Can't do that over here. Performance. How you want the computer to perform. How you want the printer and all this thing perform. Enhance quality image. Sharpen. You can make it sharpen the images while it does it. I'm telling you, so much stuff. Log, all this crazy stuff. Is so much stuff they can do for your money. It is worth it. Telling you. You pay the same price for both. Why not pay for something that's going to be worth it? Even if you don't use them, pay for them. This is not worth it. Not worth it at all. Alright? I'm telling you. It's just too basic. And not worth it. I wouldn't even pay $200 for this. How much you get here for $400, this is not even worth $200. Again, the amount you pay here for $400 makes this not even worth it for $200. All right, that's just my personal opinion. My personal opinion, y'all do you, but that's how I feel. And if Acrorip feel bad about it, maybe they need to start updating their program. Because this thing has not been updated, and it's been almost a year, and it's been a year, I think, and there's still no updates for it. This has been updated about 6 times plus since the year began. And this hasn't been updated not once. Okay? And this cost the same exact price. So, y'all can you can waste your money all you want to. Alright? Till next time. Just hit that subscribe button. Help a brother out. Peace.